Hello friends, today let us listen to a story from Tonga, The Worm and the Whale, as told by Lisala Halapua. It was a winter's day and Worm was wriggling around in his underground home. It was nice and warm down there, with an earthy smell and just the right amount of moisture in the soil. All of a sudden, the peace and tranquility was interrupted by something sharp and cold crashing through the ceilings of Worm's home. It was a huasipeti, a gardening spear. Worm fled as fast as his long, squishy body would allow and didn't stop until he reached the seashore. Once he had caught his breath, Worm looked out to sea and saw a wakala, which means sailing boat in Tongan, getting ready to leave. Fearful of the spear being on his tail, he wriggled his way into a nearby basket and took cover. He felt the woven basket move and peered out through a gap. Oh, oh! The basket had been picked up and taken onto the sailing boat. Away Worm went, out to sea in a woven basket on a sailing boat. Worm looked around. He saw spears and harpoons and realized with horror that he was on a whaling boat, and the men on board were whalers. They had their eyes focused on a sleeping whale and began to close in for the kill. Worm thought hard. What could he do to save this beautiful creature of the sea? An idea popped into his head. He screamed louder than he had ever screamed before to wake the whale. "Whale, wake up! Wake up, whale!" he roared. Luckily, whales have very good hearing and pick up sounds and frequencies that humans otherwise can't register, such as worms using their loudest voices. Whale woke up with a startle, realizing the imminent danger. In his haste to escape, he flipped to the boat, sending Worm tumbling into the sea. Worm was scared. He didn't know how to swim. But Whale knew he could not let Worm drown after Worm had saved his life. Whale took a deep breath and plunged beneath the surface. Worm wriggled onto Whale's smooth, rubbery skin and held on for the journey back to the land. Upon his safe return, Worm was so grateful that this journey, although life-threatening, gave him a new comma, that is friend. From that day on, Worm and Whale promised to be there for each other in times of joy and trouble. Since then, in the months of June and July, when humans prepare the soil for yam, planting by digging the earth with huosipeti, Whale, mindful of his scared little friend, will appear close to the shore to offer comfort, and Worm closely watches the horizon, making sure that the only boats that go near Whale are those carrying humans with cameras and not harpoons.